What is up, people? I'm back, new and improved for sure. Welcome to the Beautiful Badass channel, where it's real and it's raw, and let's just chat about life. I'm gonna share some experience with you, some things that have been going on, catch you up to speed because it's been a couple years since I've made a YouTube. Actually, this is a whole new channel. The other channel I had is by the wayside. If you've known me that long, you know I had one a couple years ago, and I was like, I'm gonna do a YouTube every week, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and I went because I put other things first. So let's talk about that. I'll catch you all up to speed on life, and then we'll move on from there. But just kind of an intro video because it's Beautiful Badass. It's a new thing. It's exciting. And it's more me than I've ever been me before, because that's just, that whole phrase just fucking resonates with me. Ooh, don't watch this with kids around, my bad. All right, so let's talk for a minute about the last YouTube. If you know anything about me, you know I am very impulsive and I jump straight in. I'm not one for chit chat really, unless you're a good friend and you're in my circle and then we have some chatting to do, but I just would rather jump in. So let's talk about this YouTube from a couple years ago and why it didn't work and why I felt it was necessary to do another one and a whole new channel. So a couple years ago I had one, I started it, and it was I sat in a chair, I chatted, I smiled, and I was giving out information and nuggets of, of useful information and things like that, but I was fucking fake, or at least I felt like I was. I had put on a facade, a whole new face, a whole new skin, and I was projecting what I thought I needed to be at that time. So maybe it wasn't fake, but more of what I thought I needed to be at that time, which was very uncomfortable and very not me and very icky to be in. So at that time, I made that YouTube. I was pushing some other things, some other ideas, trying to get this out there. But if you know me, I am currently a single mom of 2 kids. My marriage at that point was not going so hot. So the YouTube fell off because I needed to focus on my marriage, right? Trying to make it work. I wanted it to work. I wanted it to just be this thing. Like, we were going to get through this rough spot and it was going to be awesome and we were going to have this perfect family and la da 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 da, right? A Pinterest family. We aren't a Pinterest family, but that's what I was expecting, I guess. So obviously, single mom of 2 kids, that didn't happen. It did not work out that way, which is why so many things over the last couple years were so forced and icky, and they felt weird and awkward. And because here's the deal, I have nothing negative to say about my ex. We have a great co-parenting relationship. He's a great father, and that's all I can ask for. And I wouldn't, it's just, this is the way it turned out. Now, it's been a year since the divorce. So 2 years ago, when I was like, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna do this, and this. I am going to be this perfect mom, this perfect person, this perfect wife, and I'm going to do all of these things and be supportive. Okay, well, here's the deal with that. That wasn't me. What I thought my relationship at that time needed was me being something I wasn't, which is why it was forced and why it drained the shit out of me and why I couldn't keep it up. And so, it was all of this outside noise that nobody directly said, but it's all the social stigma, right, of divorce. And did you do what you needed to do? And whose fault is it? And blah, 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 blah. And all that negative shit that just keeps coming at you, that you're like, I gotta make this work. I gotta make this work. Because you don't want that in there. So we tried, and it was just so forced. Obviously, it didn't work out. And for the better. It's okay. But making that negative, feeling that negative and being so concerned about everybody else's opinion, it drug both of us down. It drug me down. I was not a good mom. I was not a good partner. I was not good at work. I was teaching at the time. I submitted my letter of resignation for teaching in April of that year. And in May of that year, a month later, we filed for divorce. Do you know how fucking scary that was? And how pissed off I was because I thought I had done everything I needed to, when in actuality, we just didn't fit. We didn't fit together anymore. And it just, now looking back, like, it didn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. But I was so mad. And then I'm sitting here and I'm like, holy shit, I have no job because I just resigned from teaching with nothing else lined up. I have no job. I'm getting a divorce. I'm going to be a single mom with 2 kids with no job. How am I going to provide for my kids? Again, there's no way, shape, or form anybody was going to let us starve. I know this, but pride was an ugly bitch right then, and I was just that way. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? So anyway, fast forward a little bit, right? I get a part-time job. If there's a little splice right there, my computer was just like, and so it glitched, and so I'm gonna have to splice some video together. Anyway, get a part-time job, and I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm still, obviously my pay through the school lasted until August, so I had some income coming in, right? But I was in such a bad spot and so prideful, and we will talk about that probably in a whole nother thing, but pride was just being ugly, and I wasn't allowing myself. So anyway, during that time after the divorce, I got down to the lowest weight I've ever been because not healthy way. I wasn't eating. I was terrified. What if I can't feed my kids? I better not eat because I gotta make sure my kids eat. Guys, that wasn't the case. That was my anxiety and pride being just what they are, and just like, you better not eat, because if you eat, what are your kids going to eat? And we don't even eat the same damn thing because my kids are picky as hell. Anyway, it was just a really bad spot. And so I ended up getting a part-time job. And this is kind of where this episode is going a little bit here. We're going to talk a little bit about manifesting, which I've talked about on social media, and achieving some goals and things like that over this last week, and if you follow me on social. But anyway, so I had been in touch with this company for a while, just chatting with them, keeping up a relationship. I know some people that work there, and tried to get a job with them a year prior, and it didn't work out, right? And so, because it's a remote work from home company, and so I was like, that would be perfect, because now I'm a single mom of 2 kids, so flexibility is going to be pretty fucking cool. And so I ended up getting a part-time work with that company. I now work full-time with that company. And it's great, and everything's going swimmingly, right? I do have some side gigs and some new initiatives coming up, but that's different. So let's talk about a little bit about me being at the lowest point ever. I wasn't eating. I was trying to be a mom. I was going through a divorce. I was trying to figure out so many fucking things, and I couldn't even process them. But then this job happened. Hey, we need some part-time work. Would you be willing to help? Sure. But that's because I had kept in contact with them. So while it felt like, hey, you don't have a job. Hey, look, here's a job. And these doors just kept opening to different things. And I'm thinking, oh, thank you. And I am super thankful for the universe or God or whatever you think that sent all of that my direction. But the truth of the matter is I had been working at that as well. I'd been maintaining that relationship. And so don't think just because you're manifesting, where you sit and you meditate or whatever you do to manifest and visualize and whatnot, don't sit and think that, oh, if I meditate about this for 10 minutes a day, if I visualize this every day, it's just gonna appear. You still gotta do some fucking legwork. Did I know that maintaining that relationship was going to come in handy during my divorce, or that I was even going to get fucking divorced? No. But it did, and that's how that worked out. So you got to put in some work. You got to maintain some things. It's not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. That's not how things work. Okay, take that back. Maybe it works that way for some people. It's not how it works for me. You got to maintain. You got to put some effort into it, right? I have a girlfriend, and she always has said, effort is attractive. And I don't care if you're talking about your relationship. I don't care if you're talking about work, whatever. Effort is attractive. If you're going to put forth the effort, I want to talk to you. If you're going to want to, maintain some type of friendship or relationship, or you want to, start a business, and so you start doing the legwork, the research, and all of that stuff, I kind of want to hang out with you. Effort is attractive, and that keeps people and keeps things rolling, right? So don't think that just sitting and visualizing and putting something on your vision board for the next year, it's just going to magically appear. You got to work for that shit. So anyway, kind of wrapping some of this up here, because this first one isn't going to be very long. And I am shooting from the hip here, people. I have no notes, no nothing. I'm just talking. So divorce, lowest weight ever, unhealthy way, because I just refuse to eat because pride and anxiety are ugly bitches. And, then this job came about. And then guess what happened? And it was really interesting. And I was terrified. While the divorce had started in May, it ended end of July, beginning of August. Somebody popped up in my DMs in September of that same year. We've chatted. We went on some dates. I've now been with that person for over a year. And do you know how scary that is to date after divorce? That's scary. You know what's super scary? Dating after a month after your divorce was finalized. You want to know why? Because I was scared of the negativity and what people were going to think. But here's the deal. When I let go and said this divorce, this change, this life-changing, life-altering thing for me and my kids is actually what's the best for us. For the whole family, all four of us. And then I let myself be, and I became the person that I always shoved down because I thought I needed to be someone else to save a relationship or to save whatever. And now I can just be. Guess what happened? The person that I always wished, wanted, manifested, thought about, the things that I wanted in a partner, well, hot damn Sam, they showed up in my DMs. How weird is that? Once you let go and become the person you want to be, become the person that's fighting to get out, because I feel like with societal norms, we just keep shit shoved, right? Because we don't want to piss people off, or we don't want to do this, or we don't want to do that. Oh my God, when you let that go and you just be that person that's screaming to get out, it's a life-altering experience. And unless you've been through it, I can't even explain it to you. Is it easy? No. Do I revert to old horrible habits sometimes? Abso-fucking-lutely. But now I'm me. I'm the me that I was created to be. And that has presented itself with some amazing opportunities. Hence, beautiful, badass channel, this YouTube channel. Because I just finally let go and was the person I was meant to be. Did I lose people? Yeah. That's okay. Not everybody's gonna like you. You're not everybody's cup of tea. And I'm okay with that. But did I gain some bad-ass relationships? And did people finally go, God, it's great to see you smile? Yep. So while you're in the thick of it, going through negative things, and everybody's like, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, or this is a good thing, and you're in the thick of it like, fuck you, you're not the one going through it. Been through it. On the other side. In the light at the end of the tunnel. It's fucking amazing. So, that's what this episode's about, y'all. Just catching you up on life and all the exciting things. There'll be more. I'm not going to commit to a weekly thing necessarily because shit happens, but there will be more. So anyway, thanks for sticking around if you're still here. And if you have a topic, or if you have a question, or if you have any shit like that, put it in the comments below and I'll read them, and then we can discuss when I do my next one. I'll keep up to date on those, all right? Like, share, subscribe, all those fun things that, like my daughter's YouTube, just put the little buttons at the bottom. I don't do that shit. You know where they're at. You can read. So anyway, peace out. Have a good day.